Hello audience, and welcome back to another episode of The Book Reviewer with your host Cindy. I have another book review to share. So, the one that I'm going to be reviewing is called All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot. I have done another video for the first book in this series. This is the second one in the series, so in case you didn't know. The first one was All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot. I'll put a card up in the corner and down in the video description below if you want to check that video out. That's probably highly recommended so that you know kind of where you are in the series, and it just makes better sense to do things in order. That's just my opinion. So you can read this video, watch this video, and then go on over to this video if you would like. Anyway, so this book is called All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot. I tried to download this book in the form of kind of an audio book so I could just kind of listen to it, but it didn't work out that way. I had a little trouble with it, but since I got my hands on the ebook kind of Kindle version that was available through my library, it worked much better. So right away as we start the book, they mention the time and the place that this is kind of set in. They are in England, and they mention that it's the 1930s, and they didn't have electric blankets back then, which is kind of interesting to see how things evolved and things that we might take for granted. They weren't available back then. This book tells of James Herriot's almost third year of having his kind of own practice. And he tells about the patients and families and the partners and the medical students and stuff that he gets to interact with about. So this is a great book. This is 384 pages, and it had 48 chapters. So it took about a day and a half for me to read it entirely. But it was a good book. It's a great read. This would be recommended for people that love animals. Maybe even people that are veterinarians would be interested in it, as well as anybody that's interested in that type of thing. People like you and me. So, now remember, this does take place in England. And the United States, well, we say things just a little bit differently. Our currency is different. Vocabulary is different, like I said. So there was a point in the book where James Herriot takes his wife to a picture. Now, it's not our kind of picture where it would be like a picture like a camera would take, but a picture like a movie, or sometimes they'll call it the cinema. So that's one difference. An ice block would be an ice cube. I'm not really sure why they call it an ice block. If anybody knows, leave a comment down below. I'd love to learn why you guys call it an ice block instead of an ice cube. If anybody knows, let me know. Dispensed means that it was either given to the patient or given to somebody, something to somebody is what that means. A program Now, this isn't the typical program spelling that we Americans are used to. The program that is spelled in England has an M-E at the end of the word. And it's just a regular program, like a television program or whatever it might be. Simulacc. At one point in the book, they're talking about salmonella infection in cows and animals in general. And it refers to the salmonella infection. So, some of these characters in the book, they do have accents. So, it might be a little hard to read because any of the missing letters in a word are replaced by parentheses, just like, the quotations you have in grammar. So it's like a single parenthesis to replace a missing letter, just like our contractions in like can't or won't in the English language. So petro, just like we would say gas station in America, it would be a petro station, or if they're talking about fuel, it would be petro. A trolley is a cart. If you'll remember, in England, when they did the Harry Potter, they called their carts trolleys, and I think they also referred to the trains as trolleys. So, a bit of a different thing. A torch is a flashlight, and here's something new too. They mention shillings, ounces, crowns. That's a totally different money system than we have in America. And one thing in the book, they mention 100 British pounds. I did the conversion. I'll leave it right here. It's a pretty expensive animal, actually. And they say that they paid 100 British pounds for this animal. So that was interesting. Okay, there's something that I did not know before reading this book that I know now. At one point, James Herriot goes to a call, and they want to put a ring in the bull's nostrils. And I didn't know this, but this is a pretty common practice. If you've ever seen a bull with the rings in a cartoon or something, you'll know what I mean. So the rings through a bull's nostrils are put in when the bull is about a year old, and they actually have a purpose. I did not know this. Okay, so the use is they are used to restrain the animal, or you can tie a rope to the ring and have the bull led around. If they needed to see a bull walk around or something to figure out what was wrong with it. So I never knew that they had a purpose. Go figure. That was really kind of interesting because if you are interested in trivia, there you go. There's a bit of trivia for animals. So the bull rings do have a purpose. So this is a good book. So this has 384 pages, and it does have a Kindle edition, which is great because you can excuse me, if you have a Kindle or something like that and you are waiting, you can read a page or two of the book or whatever it is you might want to do. So I did find out that there are 5 books in the series. So that'll be awesome. Give me a shout out down in the comments below if you've read this book, if you liked it, if you hated it. I want to know. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can find it. That's the book review for today. We will see you again on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Keep reading. Don't stop believing. And we will see you again soon. Bye.